Former Bradford District High School is one of the oldest buildings in Bradford West Gwillimbury. The structure is a Greek Revival building, and its facade is almost unchanged since it was built in 1924. In 2015, the Simcoe County District School Board put the building up for sale, forcing the town to decide whether they wanted to buy the abandoned property or let it go into someone else's hands. The town bought the property for $501,000, and Deputy Mayor James Leduc says investing in the school was an easy decision.
History is something that you don't want to lose, because once you lose it, it's gone forever. So this building, in my mind, was a perfect opportunity for us as a community to save this building and create an opportunity for the community to use it down the road.
BDHS opened in 1924 after the town's first high school burned down a year earlier. At its peak in the 1950s, it held about 450 students from Bradford and its surrounding townships. There was a student strike in 1968, and the building eventually became Fred C. Cook Elementary School after the town built a new high school in 1977. Even though the building has been abandoned for the last 5 years, it still holds sentimental value for residents young and old.
Everybody in this community that has been here for a long time came through this building, including my two young kids. They were in this building for a while when it was Fred C. Cook's.
Councillor Gary Lamb was a student at BDHS from 1966 to 71. He says he has seen many of the town's historic sites disappear over the years, so when he had the opportunity to help save his old school, he took full advantage of it.
I think we need to preserve our history. Bradford, in my opinion, when I was a young man, I would look around and I'm saying, we're not preserving anything here. We're, you know, the old war memorial got torn down in front of the old town hall, and when they built the fire hall in 1961, and it disappeared.
He also says he has great memories from his time as a student at BDHS.
They taught us how to weld and do woodworking. I still have the table at home that I made here at BDHS.
Councillor Gary Baines still has his 1971 yearbook from BDHS, along with his Athlete of the Year trophies. Baines is a third-generation resident of Bradford, and he says the school is very important to him and his family, and that's why he helped the town put in an offer for the property.
My dad and two aunts, all four of us went to this school. My sister, so I go back a long way there.
Even though the majority of council wanted to buy the school, there were some challenges they had to pass.
This is obviously a heritage building in this town, so there was a lot of us, especially the ones who went to school here, thought, oh, we really should buy this. But at the same time, in purchasing it, we had to be cautious that it made sense financially.
The structural elements of the school are also very unique, another reason why council wanted to save it.
It's a Greek Revivalist style. There aren't many examples of that left within the area, so that also contributed towards the importance and the value of retaining it.
The town still has to decide what to use the old building for in the future, but admirers of the old school have no reason to worry. The school was protected under the Heritage Act in 2013, so the front facade will remain the same despite what happens inside.
There's a bylaw that gets passed under the Heritage Act, and it spells out specifically what needs to be retained on the building. The way it's worded right now is the exterior of the building has to be maintained as is, unless otherwise agreed to by council.
And the town also wants residents to share ideas about what they think the school should be used for.
We've asked the residents to get involved to see what their ideas are, and we've also went out to the business community to see if they have any interest in the building. And you know, I've got my own personal ideas on what I think we should do with the building, and I think it has to stay in our hands no matter what.
Councillor Lamb says other communities should remember one lesson before they get rid of their history.
You know, those who forget the past are doomed to repeat it.
And forgetting the past is not something Bradford is planning to do anytime soon. Stefan Spiroff, Gwillimbury News.